Okay, welcome to this new session. This time we're going to do a cron job. So this is actually a very easy task. This one goes super quick, gives you kind of very quick points if you do what you're doing. So yeah, let's go through it. Basically, we need to create a cron job for a certain user. So you have different ways of doing it, but we'll go through the easiest. The cron job should run every minute. It should log the message like this, and the solution is to do this. So basically we log in as Natasha, then we edit the crontab for that user while being logged as that user, and then we will enter this, and I will explain why and how this works. But first let's check the logger. It should work like this, but better to take this actually. Actually, I will change this because it's always better to take the full path. Sometimes things can get buggy along the way. So we'll do like this. And basically that should do it. So now we are going to connect to login as Natasha. So we switch the user, basically SU switch user. And let's see. Aha, because I'm on the server, I was bugging. Yeah, we did this on the client, so I should do it on the client as well. So I have two tabs in case you didn't notice. In all my labs, I have the client on the left and a server on the right, or you can call them VMA, VMB, or whatever. And we did all those things with adding users and groups. We did that on the client, so if I do it on the server, of course it won't work. So Natasha, and now I'm logged in as Natasha. And now I will edit the cron tab. So you just do cron tab. And if you don't remember if it's the E, you can do help, and then it will tell you, you see, the E will edit. So it's written here. You have two things to remember if you forget things. It's the man page, using man, and then the name of the function or software you want to use, binary you want to use, and also the -- help. Like this is also the other one that you will be using a lot. I'm using it a lot because I forget things also. And in case you forget, you're a bit under stress also, you can always go back to the man page or to this help function. If you did a man cron tab, it would also tell you, I think somewhere, you see not here, but here. You see edit the current cron tab. Yeah, so that's basically it. In this case, they don't give you some examples of the commands, but well, doesn't matter. Really, you can also do like this. That's also another possibility. You could do a -u, specify the user, Natasha, and you could all do all this as root. But it's also okay. You can do it either way. We'll do it, we are now as Natasha, which is fine. So we are going to do crontab -e, and then we are going to type. Remember, there are always 5 of those. So I think it's the minute. Oh yeah, I need to go in insert mode. So the minute is the first one, the hour is the second one. Oh yeah, cron is always minute based. So the first one is the minute. We don't have seconds in cron, so you can divide this stuff. But basically, if you do like this, it will be every minute. If you do every half a minute, I think you should do like this, something like that. So yeah, and then you have the hour, and then after the hour you have the day, and after the day you have the week, and after the week you have the month. And with all that you have basically 5 stars. So you can just remember 5 stars. And then you type the bin logger, because that's how we saw if we do a which. This is what it's used for the logger, and then you type the message. So the message being this, zoop. I mean, I could have copy-pasted the whole thing, but I want to show you and explain to you what are those things. Basically here, so the 5 star gives you the time, the frequency, and so on. In this case, by saying this, setting it to all star, it's every minute. Logger is the binary you want to use, like the function, the software. In this case, it's the logger, which is located there. So we give the absolute path, which is always better. It's good practice. And we say what the logger is gonna say. So it would be like an echo, you know, but in the logs, let's say. So it's echoing something in the logs. I don't know how the logger is written, but basically it's what it is doing. And so we are going to do that. So we escape, we save, and and then we can also do a cron tab, I think L, to list the stuff, and we'll see immediately that it's there. How do I check this, that it's working? Basically, you will want to check that it's appearing every minute in the logs. So you will basically tail the logs. So deallocated will exit, will go as root, because I'm not sure Natasha can access the logs, probably not. If we go in cd var log, then we can we grep, for instance, or do a tail F maybe. We can do a tail F of messages, for instance. Yeah, you see, permission denied. And I don't think she has to do permission, so yeah, she has something, but no, she's not allowed, you see. So we need to go back, so we'll exit, we'll go back to root, and there we will say to tail the messages. For that, we need to say that it's in var, oh, my screen just made a little bug, var log messages, and by doing this we'll see something. And do we see something? No? Well, no, it's coming maybe. I can also do like this, look, it's also a funny part. I can do tail F will be like real time, the tail of these logs, but I can say for the last, let's say, 500 logs, and then I will grep that stuff. It's common to use this kind of combinations when you are a sysadmin, and you can say, for instance, RHCSA, and then you see every minute, you see one, like now it's 43, so basically a minute ago and a bit. This was the first one, and the second one appeared here. We can probably see it somewhere here. Let me see. It's hard to find like this, man. I don't like it. Yeah, it should be there. It should be there. Yeah, here. It should be there. You see? It's basically there. And then the other one should be... The other one should be coming here as well. Yeah, okay. You see? So, yeah, it's here, and then we would need to tail this one again. But basically like this, you see that it's coming every minute. So our stuff is working. This is something that is going to be permanent, so we have nothing to add to this. And that's it for this session, basically. You could also technically do it from, let's say, okay, let's have a bit more fun. Let's crontab, just for the sake of fun. I will do a crontab edit. But this time I will do as user, okay, let's say user Harry. I will add a crontab to him. And then basically as user Harry, I will edit his tab. So if I do that, now I'm user Harry. So now let's say, for instance, I will do this, but I will do it, I think I'll do it like this, and that should do it basically every half a minute. So every 30 seconds, basically, if I'm not wrong. I think this is the, we can use the same thing actually. Look, we can do it like this. We'll do the same thing. But this time, instead of making a test for the RHCSA, I will say making a test for the Ex200, which is the code for the RHCSA. And by doing that, you see we installing new crontab, and if we check now user Harry but L, now we see also for Harry. And if we did that from the root for Natasha, this also works. So basically you have two different ways of doing it. Either you log in as the user and then you edit the crontab, or you stay as root and you add a -u and the name of the user. Whichever you prefer. Maybe it's quicker like this, but maybe you forget how to do it. If you forget, you do crontab --help, it tells you that. It's a good way to do it. And now we can go back to tailing our stuff, but this time for Ex200. And we will see if it's appearing, and you see it's appearing. So we can wait a little bit. Normally it should appear every 30 seconds, I think. Let's see. I think it should work. Would it be 2 minutes? If I wanted 2 minutes? No, it would be the second. Actually, maybe I can't do this. Yeah. No, it would run every 2 minutes, I think, if I do that. I'm checking the page actually to see. see if that's working. But, yeah, okay. Okay, if we want to run it every half a minute, that's a bit tricky. There are different ways of doing it, but none of them is easy. You could run so basically you can run two different timers with, yeah, exactly. Actually, it will run every 2 minutes. So if we wait long enough, I will just talk a little bit more, and then we should see that at 48 it will run again. So this is every 2 minutes. If we want every 30 seconds, then we need to trick the system. We cannot do star divided by 0.5. That would not work. In which case we would need to do it like twice. Like basically we need to add 2 cron tabs, or we could make 2 different timers, because the systemd timers allow us this kind of flexibility. So you see now, 2 minutes later it made this one. So I was wrong. It's and it's good I tested. My assistant corrected. I always make mistakes myself. So yeah, the actually divided by 2 would make it 2 minutes. Yeah, that's the problem with Cron. It's not very good for the things that are below 1 minute, and it is a bit annoying. So yeah, we could do a systemd timer file. You can do the unit files, which are for services, but you can also use timers to time them, and then you could basically time them, like start those cron jobs every 30 seconds, or you make the logger directly in the timer, because then it's a bit too much. I think usually also, well, it's outside of the scope of the Ex200, but very often as a sysadmin, it's actually more convenient to use the systemd timer files, because they are more flexible, and also they don't have so many problems with like permissions when you start using certain files, and also doing more complex stuff with conditions and so on. It's then better to use the timers. I like it better. But anyway, for the purpose of the RHCSA, you're good to go with what we did. We went outside the scope of the exam, actually. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.